When I found out you lived here, I was like, oh my God, not only do I know this author, I've like read it, good handful, like the one I want, best I ever had, Everest, which I love, Never Got Over You, Until I Met You, Missing Grace, We Were Once. See, I'm a total fan. I'm a legitimate fan. Hey lovers, it's Paige here at Love on Demand with As the Page Turns. And we're here with S.L.Scotts Susie. Now this is a newer book too. This is the last couple of years, right?
Last year.
Last year. Hot cover
But
model.
the second half of last year, so newer still.
I still love a man chest. I still love a hot guy.
It. I still love it.
I mean, I don't feel any embarrassment.
I
think
either.
people do. Like, I would be fine to read this like on a beach. At the pool.
I don't have a problem with it either. I think it's really interesting. I pick mine based on what the story is going to be and what I think fits the tone. I have no problem with couple man covers showing some chest. That series was more close-ups just because I was doing something different. But I love it. And I don't call them discreet covers because I actually don't feel ashamed of any of my covers.
I know. There isn't anything that's really raunchy.
So I'm not hiding them. So I just call them special editions. Like that would be a special edition. Okay. And because I don't have a problem with those.
And this is a sweet cover too.
So fun.
It's
a sweet cover because I feel like people like different things. So I actually love the couple. So that's the couple cover of the first book in that series.
Okay.
And they're standalone, so you don't have to read that first book. But for people who don't like people on the covers, I gave something totally different. But that one has a landscape, a really pretty, I went opposite. I wanted a really
Where does it take place?
Pretty pinkish landscape cover. That whole series is gorgeous. That one, well, they go off into the mountains, but LA is where their home base is.
Tell me a little bit about...
I'm actually working on the third book in that series right now.
Right now? How long does it take you to write a book?
Do I want to be busted? I have been quicker in the past.
Some people are like a one book a year person.
I have 3 weeks left to tell my next deadline, which is a narrator deadline, not my release deadline, because they need time to make it happen. I would love 2 months. I don't get 2 months.
To finish a whole book?
Yeah.
How many words? This is like not a short amount of words. This is like a 300 or 400 page book.
No, they're like 100,000. 93 seems to be a good sweet spot for pretty much my whole catalog. So you have some at We Were Once was 125,000 words.
Okay.
And I just was like, I'm not cutting this short just to cut it short. Like I am someone who it needs to feel complete. But I don't have that many under the 90s, but every once in a while. This is 96, I think, this new one.
I feel like that thickness, pun intended, feels like a good standard jam.
I feel like you're getting some bang for your buck with it. Like you're going to get a story.
Sometimes when they're like 280, I'm like, or even 250, I'm like, is it a novella or a book? You know what I mean? I don't even know what constitutes a novella word count. I don't count words. You guys count words. I count pages. Yeah. That's like a reader thing to do.
I set word count goals, and then about halfway through, I stop worrying about word count, and I worry about how I'm going to get enough words in to finish it, because I am a long writer.
What does that mean? I'm a long writer.
I do more description, and everything's not just speeding through the bumps of the story. I like to
really flesh it out.
I like them to have real conversations. I like those quiet moments where people are just lounging around.
What about the sex scenes? I'm trying to remember. I'm like,
I am hit or miss on those scenes. I have a love-hate relationship with them because I've written so many now.
Because we have love-hate relationships with sex?
I don't actually feel that.
No.
It does feel like, you have to sit there going into it going, where are they? What's my setting? Because that can change up things.
That's true.
And you don't want it to feel like they've just read this scene 20 times, but at the same time, some of mine are probably a little more adventurous than others.
I like a good adventure or like some unique setting.
If their personality calls for it or not. So so I have a love-hate. I usually do a very not great scene the first time, and then
Like where it's awkward?
no, just like it's
that's kinda real.
short because I'm trying to rush through it. And then I go, I know that's not going to fly. So then I go back and fill it out and
So it kind
extend it. And
resembles real sex for the first time. It's short and it's always a little awkward and not always as great as people. What's amazing, what I love in
the
books
build
is
up.
when I'm reading a book, especially the virgin ones. There's so many books where a girl's like 25 and a virgin. When that happens and it's like she enjoys it and it's her first time and I'm like, this is truly a fantasy.
I haven't written many, but I actually do love writing a virgin story. So I have a couple.
I love it when a girl's a
couple.
virgin.
We Were Once was one. And what I love about it is the guy, if he knows, he's going to act a certain way. If he doesn't know, he's acting a different way. And then when he finds out, then he usually feels horrible
I know,
for not
that's
making
so
it romantic or, it was just like more lust or whatever. But like, I love that dynamic of, do they know? Do they not know? And how
I actually love it when they don't know and
I
realize it when he starts her and he's like, oh my God, are you? And then he'll look at her and be like, is this your first time? Like that's sort of real. I mean, realistic in like the romance brain way, right? But I'm just like, how is she not saying
kind of
anything?
feel like though, if they're mid-20s or up, they're going to probably have some toys or something.
If they don't,
that
then
it's not
that's
going to
totally
be purely
beyond
like
fiction. That's beyond fiction.
Yeah. I don't mind my heroines having toys either.
Do you think some authors do?
I have no idea. I'm not necessarily, I don't have a lot of scenes probably with toys, but I don't mind them. I like them having them because I feel like most do. This one actually starts out where she's like, when he shows up, she realizes her toy is on the bed. So she is diving to cover this thing. But he's not supposed to be there anyway. This book is a small town.
Love a small town. In Texas?
Hill Country, Texas, which
is where we are.
Yeah. And
is it a fictional town based on a real one here?
It is, but there are mentions, maybe in the third book, there's mentions of like Fredericksburg and things like that.
I was going to say, is it Fredericksburg? That's cute.
Kind of, but that's even a big, small town. So, that's not that small. So these are really like, there's 2 places downtown and that's it, right? No stoplights. There is a ranching family who own a big ranch out there. And he is the middle sibling of this family. And he's in New York as working
as a country boy.
Working in finance. He hightailed it with his best friend from the first book to Michigan State where they played football. His best friend in the first book moved back to this small town. And he was falling for this brother's sister.
Okay. She's a younger sister.
A younger sister.
Was he upset about it?
Yes. The whole book, they are hiding it from him because this brother had made his best friend promise he would never go
Which
near,
I love
right?
that best friend, like sibling,
it's kind
romance.
of like they didn't care about her because she's 4 years younger. And then I think they'd come home from college and he saw his friend checking her out when she's like 18 now or 19. And that was now a different story. So he made him swear.
Brother's best friend it's a great romance.
So this is sibling's best friend because this is the sister's best friend is the heroine in this story. And so they're
they're all going to be this happy family of in-laws. That's everybody's fantasy.
So with him, he's coming back just for a visit and he's coming in really late overnight and the heroine has this apartment she has built over her little shop downtown that she is going to Airbnb. And so her best friend tells her, you should stay there so you're not sneaking in the house and this is Texas and getting shot. Okay. You know what I mean? Like their dad will be like, who's breaking into my house?
Yeah.
So she's like, you're coming at 2 a.m. Just stay at that apartment. Here's where the key is. So he goes in, but the heroine is staying there.
Of course she is.
So that's why it becomes she thinks it's someone breaking in. So they
She
do
pulled
have a tussle. No guns. No guns.
It's Texas. You said it's Texas.
I know. I don't even know that they have guns. I mean, I'm sure they do on the ranch, but so
it's cute. It's a cute segue too.
Fall into bed accidentally because she's sleeping, he's breaking it, not thinking he's breaking in, and then they start going, well, maybe
that night.
Their thoughts for sure.
Okay,
They're
that's
like
quick.
nobody has to know.
So this isn't a slow burn.
No.
Okay.
No.
Which sometimes I like it if there's
I like
first
both.
chapter,
It just depends on the first book was a slow burn.
Sometimes I like a slow burn, but sometimes when it's like so slow that like they always get close and then the chapter ends. Then it's like the next day and I'm like, that's not real. That's not real.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna happen way before you're saying it's gonna happen.
I think there's some conversations about if things should happen and not happen. And
I know. I love
but you have two adults. I mean, he's like 32.
And
she's
like
29.
Oh,
I mean, they're not
good ages.
They're not like innocent and no one's a virgin.
And that's like this younger age too that's reading it. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
I look at like, the younger readers and I'm just like, when I started really, I mean, I've been a reader forever. When I started reading and I was already, in my 30s, but like had little kids and whatever, I was comparing myself to like, especially if it was like a college romance. I'm like, okay, I'm comparing, would I have done that? Would I have said that? But I'm imagining myself at that age. And when I look in the mirror, when I'm reading a book, I'm like, I'm totally 22.
Yeah. And I have I went through a huge stage of writing a lot of college age kids because I went to college and I felt like that is when you become the person you're going to be. It gives you in a safe environment where you're not a full adult having to face all the world. And it allows you that separation from your family most of the time. It's a
transition period.
So you're kind of discovering who you are. So I love that age because I feel like I like that discovery in a character of them making decisions, good and bad decisions, but having to live with those.
It's when an author writes like the realistic bad decisions that young people make, I'm like,
yeah.
But it keeps it real. So I appreciate it when they make the bad decisions. So at least that's real.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, this sounds good.
And let's face it, it's usually with a bad boy, that decision.
That's every girl's bad decision.
Exactly.
And sometimes the bad boy's like not even that bad. You got to give him a chance. He just seems that bad.
I feel like the bad boys I dated led me to the opposite. I was like going, I don't want a bad boy, but I can take one that looks like one, but doesn't act like it.
And that's who you married?
Yeah.
You ended up with the right guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is he an inspiration for any of this stuff?
My heroes tend to be pretty kind.
And your husband is kind?
Is very kind.
I was gonna say.
And he's very supportive.
Is he a Texan too?
He's not. He's English.
Oh, that's kind of a sexy accent situation.
Yes. And so he got me with the accent too.
Oh, and I love a good accent.
Yeah. Now I don't hear it because we've been together forever.
Do your kids have a little bit of an accent?
No. But they did when they were little. They would say ka or bath. And I would like.
So you imitate it so well from being married to him.
Yeah.
I always, when I talk to people with an accent, even my in-laws who are from south of Houston have a strong Southern accent when I'm talking to them. But Paige, you get your daughter's britches on. And I'm like, I just want to talk like you to you. And then I'm like, am I insulting them? But when Brits do it too, I want to talk like them to them.
And I have gotten by in England because it starts getting embarrassing. Like,
that you're American?
Yes. No, just like, and then so I can actually pull off an English accent in England and get by.
That's a skill. I definitely did not get by.
I had to learn how to not do Mary Poppins. Everybody naturally goes Mary Poppins.
Give me a Mary
so you
Poppins.
have to bring it down a few octaves. And
give me the Mary Poppins.
No way.
Come on, Susie. Just one little, just a spoonful of sugar. Come on.
I think I'm good. But yes, my kids did have it when they were little, and it was hilarious and so adorable.
Oh, I'm sure the teachers totally ate it up too.
And then it was when my oldest was 7, my husband said, come on, let's go out for a bath. And my 7-year-old, I have 2 boys, he goes, what's a bath? And I think it was like the first time he realized, it clicked in his head that sounds different. What? So yeah, they don't have any accents, but they can do a great
Well,
English
they were
accent,
raised
and they
by it.
are dual citizens.
Do you ever have, because of that, British male main characters?
I haven't yet, but I am going to.
Do you feel worried because like you don't want anyone else to criticize it?
No, I think it's so many do them and they don't know necessarily. So people sometimes think, and then yeah, maybe mine will be wrong when it's probably, I don't know. But I don't hesitate. I just haven't. I have a few ideas. I just haven't done it. And I'm big on narration, like audiobooks. So there's only a few that you can get, and they book out way in advance.
The guy who narrated, I listened to the Brit.
Yeah.
Smoking hot.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name offhand, but I was like going through a phase that week. I was like, this guy.
Yeah. I told my husband I want him to narrate it.
He should.
I was like, save me some money.
He could.
To narrate this for me.
Is it hard when you're looking for narrators too? Like, or do you kind of like have a handful that you're like, is your go-to?
I work with a production company who I've worked with forever, literally probably from 2015. Before there was a company, I was working with her, and she is my favorite female narrator, and she started a company. And so I've done every audiobook since then with her, and she knows who I like. There's a list. It does expand and it does change as narrators lose it or whatever. So it will adapt, but generally I have quite a big list, about 10 to 12 that I would love. So I kind of she has that list. So she'll be like, okay, like what's the story? And here you go. And some are better for when you're talking about characters in their 30s or up.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And some have changed, who popular ones won't narrate anything under mid 30s or so. So it's good because they know their range as well. The females, I'm very open with because I love listening to them and discovering new ones. So I have a list of ones I love, but I love when she sends me new ones too. This book, let me tell you, because I did want to mention, it's a marriage of convenience too.
Oh.
Which I have really started
loving
to write. I like.
Were you not writing that before? No.
I have written a few, not many, but I love writing that, and I'm loving writing single dad or surprise pregnancies. And I know that's a tricky one. Some people don't like the surprise pregnancy. I love it. I
love it when they come to and they realize, like, I want to help. I want to be a part of this. When they realize, like, she's carrying his baby. Yeah, I love that too, actually. I mean, some people, you're right. Some people are wonky about that, but I like it. It's a marriage of convenience.
Yeah, but he falls first. So is it convenient or is there more to it? Dun, dun,
There's
dun.
always more to it. That's why the marriage lasts.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes when I watch those micro dramas, a lot of them are marriage of convenience. Oh, yeah. You ever notice that? Like the little shorts?
Yeah.
And I love how they start off, they just jump right into a story too, in those like 90-second episodes. And they're like, my company's going under, and if I don't find a wife tomorrow, I'm gonna get nothing in the will.
Yeah. I've tried to avoid inheritance. Because that does seem like a very popular one.
It's such a popular. Well, it's an easy segue into marriage.
It's an easy segue.
How else? Like, give me the scenarios. Like, how many scenarios can there really be?
I know. And I'm always like, I won't say I would never write that because I absolutely would. But I haven't yet because I'm like, who is writing? Who in the world is putting this in their inheritance that they have to be just married? They don't care who, just be married.
Listen, romance authors' brains are putting it into the will.
I love it. Like I said, I would write it if I had a
give me the other
story.
scenarios. What is the scenario with marriage of convenience?
There's a twist.
I love a twist.
She needs to get a loan to save her business. And
so why does she have to be married?
Because she tried to get her mom to sign, but they wouldn't do it because her mom didn't have enough
money
as a co-signer. She could not cover that.
Oh, that's a clever idea.
So, so she actually, and they said it couldn't be like a stranger or whatever. There's something weird, and having to look at loans for colleges and things like that.
So you really did your research on loans to make sure.
I've done way too much research on this. So she goes to him with this great idea. That
she's offering him money for it?
No,
Will you help me out?
Yeah. It's a favor, and literally a favor. Like, I even list that as a trope. It's a favor. And he has several ulterior motives to wanting this to happen. So
does he like get real romantic before the marriage even happens?
I feel like they're pretty coupley before it even happens. I think.
So why aren't they a couple?
They haven't admitted it. But, well, he's in New York.
Oh, okay.
And she's in Texas. So you have that, just like in the first book, because it was the best friend. You know, he's still stuck in New York in his career. That's not going to happen down in, you know, Texas. So he has
not in finance in
he
small
has
town.
Clients and everything else. So I think he's trying to figure out, you know, and her business is there, so she's not moving. So I think, you know, you have that
I always wonder too, when I'm reading something like that, I'm like, how in the world is the HEA coming? Like,
yeah.
You know, like I'm like, how's the author?
Because somebody has to give up something, or
like
in
it
my opinion,
always works
it should
out.
never feel like you're giving up anything. It should feel like this is the right decision. Like, this is where my heart is, wherever that's going to be. Right. But how they get there is the fun part, right?
Well, it's certainly the fun part for me to start guessing. Like, part of what I love now when I'm reading a book, and like, so much drama's happened, and it's like so ugly, and it's 70% of the way in.
Yeah.
I'm like, how in the world is this author creating happily ever after out of
and
this?
so you've read those books of mine, the angsty. This is not an angsty book, because I guess with this series, I just needed to go lighter. My soul needed it. It's fun. It feels good. It doesn't mean there's not emotion or it's not heartfelt in some place. I mean, clearly there is an obstacle keeping two single people apart, right? So you have to figure your way through that. But you love I love angst too. I love reading it, and I love writing it.
I love
those are the ones where I want people. They literally will message me and go, "You tell me, because my heart cannot take it. Like, tell me if they're going to be." I'm like, you really want me to spoil this for you? And they're like, yes, please. Some people just can't, you know, that's a lot of angst for them. And I love it. Like, I'm like, oh, it feels so good to have your chest tight like that. And you're like, oh my God, there's no way.
It is.
There's no way back for them. There's no way, right? And I love just.
It's a skill to figure the way out.
Exactly.
That's your skill.
I love it. I will say I also love a time jump. I know that's
time travel?
Some people, no, just a time jump forward in time.
Well, a lot of authors do that at the end when their epilogue happens.
Yeah. But I like it in the middle of a story. I remember I wrote We Were Once, which you said you read.
Yes.
And
remind me the synopsis, because it's been like a handful of years.
They are separated, and there is really no way back for them. And you turn that page, and it says 6 years later. I was gutted. I literally was gutted, and I wrote it.
You were gutted that it was 6 years later.
I was like, oh my God. But
that's a good segue, though, because then it's like some shit went down in those 6 years, but they're calm now, and they're new people now. It's a good way to say.
And as you said, second chance. I love a second chance as well.
I'm a second chance. My relationship is second chance, so I'm always going to want to read it. And when it's angsty, even more.
Exactly.
Which leads me into my game.
Yeah.
So we're going to play this game, Second Chance, because you're Second Chance romance, or at least a lot of the ones that I've read have been Second Chance angsty. And the way it works is I'm going to give you a celebrity that of our generation that we think is hot, that we know is hot. And I'm going to give you a scenario where, are we going to keep him around if he did this? Like something horrible. For example, like he's married and you're just finding out about it.
Can they come back from whatever it is?
Exactly. Celebrity number 1.
All right.
Daniel Craig.
Okay.
Oh, and I know you're going to like this guy because he's a Brit.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we're going to see if we give Daniel Craig here a second chance. He didn't get you flowers on Valentine's Day because it's pointless and they die anyway. Does he get a second chance? That's a second chance.
Not if that's the reason. If he just didn't get them because he's like, oh, you know, something happened that's different, but saying because they die, I don't like it.
So he doesn't get a second chance for that?
You could go through food. Like, don't get me a cake on my birthday because it goes back. I mean, we could go on.
I guess if he's using it for every excuse.
Exactly.
Okay, Daniel Craig, you can toss him to the side. Bye. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Who is it?
Your first shot, the hair in the suit is Matt Damon.
Thank you. I'm like, if this is not Titanic Leo. He tells you to change because your outfit. He can't be seen with you looking like that.
Done. We're
Fuck that guy.
No.
For sure.
No.
That's like saying you look fat. That's saying, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, no. I don't like that. It's not nice. And it's not about making you accepting everything you wear. It's about the way it's done. And that feels very negative to me. That's not someone who's trying to support you to look your best. That's someone who cares about what they look like next to you.
It kind of actually makes sense that would be the thing he did. Oh, here it is. He's adorable.
Paul Rudd.
We love
Paul Rudd. Yes,
Ant-Man.
Who doesn't?
From the days
of
a
candy shop, like where he's from, he owns a candy shop. I mean, come on.
He's so cute, and his delivery on all of the his comedic timing is on chef's kiss.
It's not that he's the most gorgeous person; it's that
personality.
Him himself makes him attractive. Yeah,
I know. I love it. From Clueless when he was the heartthrob in Clueless. I love him then. Even when he played the gay guy to Jennifer Aniston. What was that movie? I was like, I even loved him then.
Yeah. Did anybody see that movie other than
you and I did? Here's what Paul did.
Okay.
Hold him up for this. You find out he's part of the Italian mafia. Because Paul Rudd,
that wouldn't lose me. That would not lose me.
Me either. I'd be like, say less, tell me more.
I know. Paul Rudd in that. Yeah, I have no problem.
There's nothing about that face or personality that could pull off a tie. I can't even imagine him like somehow Freaky Fridaying with like Al Pacino.
Right. Exactly.
So I think we keep him. I think he's a
totally keep him. Oh, Brad Pitt. The ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of Brad Pitt.
He has been meeting up with his ex for weeks when he says he's been going to the gym. No. Sounds about right for what he did, actually.
Yeah, no second chance. Because you would know about it if it was innocent.
Yeah, you would know about it if it was innocent. And not only that, I feel like they all have all the excuses. Like, you're totally, or they do that whole, you're being crazy.
Yeah, they gaslight you.
They gaslight you.
Yeah.
That's a word that started becoming really popular in the last 5 years. I've heard a lot of.
I think we learned it and we're all like,
Everyone uses it. That is an ever used word.
We've had it.
Okay.
Ryan Gosling. I love Ryan.
Hot?
I do.
Do we think we would have thought it had he not been the star of The Notebook?
Yes.
So here's what Ryan did.
Here's our second chance or not.
He lied to you for months about having a kid. Oh, that's tricky. Why would you lie?
I know. Why would you lie?
I mean, what would be the reason? I'd have to know the reason.
I'd have to know the reason.
I would too.
It's not an automatic for me.
There
has to be a reason that he felt like, I feel like it's
There's probably 1,000 things that could have been.
Pretty good reason.
If it's Ryan Gosling.
He wanted to like that relationship and he was worried or something that you would not be into it,
or maybe like the mom, like the birth mom was like fighting, and there was some some contractual obligation. He couldn't discuss it, or I don't know.
Well, like in that first book, long time coming, he's going through custody hearings, literally negotiations throughout that book. He was not married to her, but they are still fighting years later over custody. So it happens.
I give a woman who comes into that situation credit, because that's a hard situation to watch some guy you're dating, and like how you handle that is like telling of you.
Yeah. Yes, Pedro. I love Pedro. He can do no wrong.
Okay, here's what he did wrong. He goes to you for a month because he just has a lot going on at the moment. I say no. I say absolutely. If he loves me, if he's going to date me, if he's into me, the sun rises and sets with me. There would be no ghosting. I
feel like even if they needed to step away and they cared about you, they would tell you. Like, I have too much stuff. It's not you. I actually like you, whatever. You need to reassure me. But
it's not you, it's me.
Ghosting me is like, that's probably a hard no.
That's a hard no. We do this cute little thing called Happily Ever Faster.
Okay.
And it's like, what made your heart race this week?
My husband always gives me a kiss all the time, whether he's leaving, coming, going. We're big on I love yous. Very vocal about it. We are the cheesy people who say all that. And I moved him into my office because he was in a different part of the house. And I like working next to him now.
That's really cute. My husband and I work together too now. And at first it was like, this is going to be hard, but now we're in a rhythm.
Right.
Now I feel like we're in a rhythm. But in the beginning, when like we're older than the whole staff. And so if we were bickering about something and people heard us, they'd go, Mom and Dad are fighting.
We're finally watching 1923, and that is killing me.
Is this like
that makes my heart race?
It was a
and
prequel.
I woke up at 4:30 in the morning the other day, and I went, "Oh, he is the person they're gonna do this." Like, because we're only halfway, because we have to
I
pause.
didn't watch it.
I'm in
obsessed.
deadline, so I have to. We can't watch all the time. And I'm like, oh my God. So that actually woke me up in a panic.
That's a heart raiser.
And I was just like, oh, please don't.
If we're going with shows, we just finished The Waterfront.
Okay.
Which was...
It's highly recommended.
Listen, the guy who did it did Dawson's Creek, and he did I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's very 90s, right?
Yeah.
I'm watching the show. My brother recommended it to me, and Colby and I, my husband, sit down and watch this, and he looks at me and goes, this is like Dawson's Creek meets the Ozarks. It's like, it kind of is.
That's
But there's like a
interesting.
total nod to the way it's like, the whole storytelling feels very 90s. And I think that now that I'm like, I think that we're both like getting to 50, and it's like, you need that nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like you're in that place where you're craving it so badly.
Yeah.
And this sort of does it. And once Topher Grace appears in episode 4, he steals the show.
I love him as an actor.
And he looks like the exact same person with just like some gray hair.
Yeah.
Like he is awesome.
Yeah.
I would say that made my heart race too. Are you going to sign these to
It's
Love on Demand?
already signed to you.
I'm reading it.
You got the first
We're going to
copy.
Michigan for a couple weeks, so I'll be reading it. Give me a hug.
Yes, thank you so much.